today. From Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's the AFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. It's the New England Patriots taking on the Baltimore Ravens.
It's a sight that has seen more than its fair share of great playoff memories the last few decades, and more could be in store as we've got playoff football again at sold-out Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here come the Patriots now to take over on offense. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
And, Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out. Finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, lived to fight another down, right?
Open man is Myers. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's fourth down. Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. They'll look to throw again. Throw caught here by Bird. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And that will be incomplete. It's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive. They're going to try and throw. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll start out here with the option left. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line.
Geez, I mean, what more can you say about Lamar Jackson? We know that he's got the quickness and the agility, but, you know, if you wanted proof of his straight-line speed, look no further.
And to anyone who gets concerned when they see a quarterback running with the football, you just let him be himself. Let him be him. And I guess what you'd say there is, hard to hit what you can't catch.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, not bad. He was pushing 20 miles an hour. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Hey, get in there, get what you want, Jay. Get in there, get what you want.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Jackson. And this will be incomplete.
Jackson with the pass. Incomplete on the throwaway.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. From 10 yards out, and the Ravens have taken the early lead. I think that's the dream start right there. The defense stands up on the opening drive, then they go right down the field and score.
It's a positive start for your offense and your defense. And when you're talking about playoff football, what a great way to get things going.
Everything is magnified and amped up a little bit more.
To put it mildly.
And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. They'll start the drive with a give to White. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Matt Judon there to bring him down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost getting into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
And that's complete to the tight end, Devin Asiasi. And they'll get it in just short of the 45 at the 44. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
At the 44-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Jacoby Myers, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
It's second down and 10.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he's got this down to the 35. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle, he's got Myers. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They defer to White out of the shotgun. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked. And
he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. From 17 yards out. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic, and it sounds almost trite. But the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a 1st down on that effort. Jackson going to give to Ingram on the option. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. From the gun, Jackson. Man open left side is Brown. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 23.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result?
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Ravens have taken the lead. This is something that we saw quite a bit at Oklahoma, and we'll be seeing it more and more on the NFL level as well. Marquise Brown going Hollywood.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, He was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Yeah, the final tally, as told by Next Gen Stats, he hit 21.5 miles per hour. Whoa. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's caught by Hollister. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Second and inches at the 47-yard line.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 29-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now here's a throw that's complete. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Matt Judon, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. The gun now on 3rd down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. This will be caught just inside the 10. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Jacob Hollister in the final seconds of the first half. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission, all tied. So, and now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional round. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and the half will begin with a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. It's Mark Ingram, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. There to stop him, Jerron Bentley. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown, and that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
3rd down, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's got this way down inside of New England's 10-yard line. Well, for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well. Here's Jackson operating from the gun. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. And Jackson throwing once more to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think we're trying to dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
3rd and goal, Jackson. It's caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Ravens 17.
Well, they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Big Calais Campbell fighting through to make the play in the backfield. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He'll run it. And I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but here's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
That's fucking wild.
Especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you are closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now Jackson on third down. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one. Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Now a man open down the middle of the field and brought down, but not before reaching the 25. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked off.
Wow, this game's fucking me.
They're going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. It was a first and 10 at the 14-yard line. After the interception, here's Jackson. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Ball on the 8. It's second and 4. They run the option as Jackson will hand it to Ingram. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a third and 4. From the gun, Jackson. Got a man, it's caught. For a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead there to make the grab. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he returns this to the 22.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
And it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to the hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long.
There's nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think the Patriots are going to hang on to the football. They do. They get it back.
What, I can't throw the ball when I press the fucking button? We gotta wait till someone gets near me?
Because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is caught at the 20. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. Big play there for New England. 42 yards. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position. And that was special there. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Jacob Hollister, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Patriots are back within a score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around.
Fuck, that was my only chance.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
To start the drive. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Open man is Juvenile.
Wow.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the game.
Divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. It goes to Ingram. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get with.
It's ridiculous how he just sits there and my guy stays behind him the whole time.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
The pass complete. It's Bird. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down two-point conversion. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down. Back to throw. Being chased out left. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards, the final tally. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Short pass to the tight end, Hollister. And here he'll be brought down.
Wow, went out.
35 at the 36. 3 yards the gain there, second down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Hey, you got your first down. Get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 in the first. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Second and goal from the 1. He's back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
A very important extra point there, up and good, and that might be enough to win them the football game as they now take the lead in the final seconds. Taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance.
Oh, they're going to get in field goal range. Fuck this fucking game.
See if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Back to throw. Caught right side at Snead. And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. This to book a trip to the AFC title game. And the kick is good. He puts it through, and they are moving on to the AFC Championship game.
Fuck this bullshit game.
Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are of them to make the effort to get to this game and then point them towards the future. If we're good enough to get here, all we've got to do is work harder, be better, and we can be good enough to go farther next season. How many times have we seen a team lose?
Welcome to Draft Week. All the effort you spend scouting comes down to this. Start the draft whenever you're ready.
The Vikings are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock.